Today I'm going to discuss phonology, morphology, syntax, semantics, and pragmatics. Phonology is the study of the speech-sound language system, otherwise known as phonemes. They are the characteristics of speech sounds. It applies to literacy development in the form of the student recognizing syllables, rhymes, words that begin and end with a specific sound, and recognizing sounds and words. Morphology is the study of rules of morphemes, which are the minimal units of language and how they're used. It applies to literacy development in the form of the student recognizing, comprehending, and manipulating small units of meaning. Examples of those are prefixes, suffixes, and root words. Syntax refers to the rules that relate to how words can be combined to form sentences in a language. This applies to literacy development in the form of the student understanding the meanings behind word order, structure, and punctuation. Semantics refers to the meaning of words and the combination of those words in a language. This applies to literacy development in the form of the student knowing what the word means as they encounter it in a text, as they read it. They must have adequate decoding skills and exposure to a rich literacy environment to facilitate this skill within their literacy development. Pragmatics refers to the area of linguistics that puts meaning into context. In other words, it can be interpreted as social communication. This applies to literacy development in the form of the student having the ability to use language for different purposes, to adapt language to meet the needs of the listener or situation, and following the often quote-unquote unspoken rules of conversation and storytelling. Overall, as an educator, it is important for us to understand these components because we can then identify the specific skills or the skill that is needed to be reinforced for our students with exceptionalities. Overall, students with learning disabilities like ASD, ADD, or ADHD will more than likely need modifications and additional resources to support their linguistic skills and their overall needs in general. So identifying those skills within the language components can then help us create instructional strategies to support those needs. There are many research-based instructional strategies that can be utilized in the classroom for our students that may be struggling with linguistic components and understanding those components. Some examples of research-based instructional practices include shared reading or read alouds, developmentally appropriate vocabulary activities, and writing to learn activities. These activities will have to be modified for those students and what their needs are, but overall, all three of these activities can help that student not only build linguistic skills, but it can help them develop literacy skills in reading comprehension, fluency, phonological awareness, and even phonemic awareness. Thank you for listening.